Kimberly Medina Courts, originally from Atlanta, Georgia, born and raised, and now I live in Brooklyn. I play Darlene. Darlene and Darlene King. Um, yeah, one of the King sisters. A few. Definitely physically, we're very similar. But I think Darlene is a lot like me because she's a tell it like it is type person. Not as much as my sister Cheryl, but in the sense because Kimberly tends to be a lot like Cheryl. But Darlene also makes everything smooth and makes everything roll and tries to put everything together and carry the weight of everything on her shoulders. And I try to do that a little bit too. It's almost a gift and a curse because once you try to carry on everybody else's weight, it can be tough, and I tend to do that. So me and Darlene had those similarities. Challenging. It wasn't that much of a challenging time. I mean, it was almost like working with family. And I mean, we had our fights and our, love fest and everything like that. So it wasn't a challenging set to work on. I can't say that it was challenging. I was about 13 years old and I had to play a victim of rape and a victim that had been raped by her father continuously. And that was tough to do that time and time again on stage, to cry, to bring out that pain, especially because I didn't know that type of pain. Like it took a lot for me to tap into that type of pain because I couldn't imagine it. And so there were times that I brought all those years back. And I thought about that time because I think theater helps you, give you that foundation for film and television. I really do. Yes, there would be times I had to catch myself because I would say, oh my gosh, I want to respond in a different way, but you're in character, so you got to pull back and stay in character. But it was really easy though, working with my sister. We're friends, I think now, even closer because of that relationship that we built on set. So it was easy. It was just like go back and forth. Yeah. Stage is a different beast because, first of all, for me, if you did not walk off that stage every night sweating, tired, feeling like you have completely drained yourself, I don't think you've given your all because you only get one shot. To have to reach not only the front row, but those people all the way in the back and make them feel you. And also for them to walk away with a cathartic experience. See, you're supposed to have that cathartic experience on stage, but what about them? What are you evoking from them? No second chances. That makes it tougher because no matter what, you gotta give it 150% the first time you step on that stage. Whereas with film, of course you have to give it your all. But you're talking about such a small space. You have this camera right here. It doesn't take much to capture that little bit of expression. You have to tone it down because in theater you need everybody to see it all the way back there. So you got this little camera and you have to make everything smaller for this little camera to see. And then while you're in the midst of it, the director says, cut, let's do it again. And you're doing it over and over again. And it takes a special actor not to lose that beauty because it can be somewhat draining and tiresome when you cried on cue. You have to stop and do it again, whereas in theater, you do it and you're done. If I screwed up, I screwed up. I have to do it again tomorrow. But when it comes to the film, you have to get it right. And then if you don't get it right that time, then do it again, take it. So for me, that's what makes theater actors tougher in a sense because we can almost handle anything that comes at us. There have been times that I have performed on stage where there were leaks in the roof, there were holes in the stage, we were getting cut from being on the floor, we were sweating, there was no air, there was no heat. There were just all these different conditions that mold you into the actor that you are. That you feel like you can do anything, you feel like you can deal with any storm. You performed in parks, you performed in this terrible stage, black box theater, or you've done some big huge arena where you didn't have any mics. You can prepare yourself for all of that. Whereas on set, you're almost like you're pampered. You're treated differently. Everybody is almost babied. And that's not an experience you have in theater. So I think theater, I would tell anybody who wants to be an actor, do a play first. Get your feet wet in theater because it will ground you. It'll make you a better person, but it'll also make you a much better actor. Much better actor. Okay, you can find me on Facebook, Kimberly Medina Courts. That's Kimberly, Medina, Medina Courts, Courts, like courtroom with an S. That's Facebook. Friend me, or Instagram at Ladybug Courts. And that's it.